You're now inside BlackHouse Sports. I'm your host, Alley Stackz. I'm here with the legendary Quianna Chaney, aka Coach Q. How are you feeling today?
Better. It's been an emotional week, but been there.
Speaking of an emotional week, I mean, first and foremost, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
On everything. Everything. Before we even get into the new news, I just want to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. 3-time state champion. Brings back some nostalgia, doesn't it? Like, it brings back that feeling of how it was during our era.
Exactly. And I think that's what, that gap, it was missing once Coach Quianna was left. Just girls basketball just disappeared in Southern for a while. And, being an alum of, playing with Crystal, Courtney, Shama Singleton, and Jackie Tucker, it's just being in that era, being the 6th grader, coming into all of that greatness that was already there. We just couldn't unfortunately win with that group, but just being able to be underneath those to get an idea of what a championship team looks like,
right?
Or what hard works look like,
right?
Courtney Simmons and Ishami didn't even though I was young, they were on me, and I guess because they saw the potential as well. But just coming up with that group, just again we saw what a championship team looks like and what it should look like, and so for us after they left, for us to get to win those 3 as a player at that time, and then come back to win 3 as coach, it meant the world. It meant a lot.
I mean, to come back and put your stamp on that team, your alma mater, I mean, that speaks volumes. That is, that's legendary.
That's what people saying. I'm stuck on it. As everybody, like you said, saying the accolades and the compliments, I'm like, I did do a lot.
You did a lot in that short amount of time. You did you changed the whole pedigree of that program. And we talked, off the record, as far as what it was like when you first got there and all the adjustments you had to make as head coach and, them getting used to your coaching philosophy. I mean, let's talk a little bit about that.
With them being young, so you gotta remember that I won with Shay was an 8th grader.
Yeah.
When she got in there middle school, but when to sit out that JV year.
Yeah.
So then Asia came in, so we really won a state championship. Asia 8th grade year, Shay's 9th grade year.
Yeah. As far as bringing that championship pedigree back to Southern Lab, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot because as an alum to see your alum, what was girls basketball program go non-existent for a while, did something, and then you're just like, wait a minute, this can't be from the history, the teams that we played against, the rivalry teams. Just you talking about basketball, girls basketball in Louisiana. Yeah, something that was always mentioned.
Absolutely.
Having Jackie Tucker, Courtney Simmons, Ishami Singleton, we stacked.
Household names. Yeah.
And so, that tells a lot that we were loaded back then, and then win a championship. That's how tough the competition was.
Yeah.
So it was some work that we had to do. But just being coming close, being on a state championship team at 6th grade.
Yeah.
Playing varsity, getting minutes, crying because I feel like she would get more, or stuff.
Yeah.
But just being in that moment at that time, and when they left, and when our opportunity, came about, Crystal and I, Monique, that group was able to win. Yeah. 3 world championships.
Right.
Players, so.
Yeah, that's legendary. Legendary.
Legendary.
That's the word for today. Legendary. I mean, 'cause let's keep it real, Q. You did it on the high school level. Mm-hmm. You did it at LSU.
Yeah.
You made it to the WNBA.
Yes.
And then you came back and you dominated at your alma mater in a short period of time. Mm-hmm. And now, on to the next chapter. The news that you just shocked the whole Louisiana with this news. I mean, we see the G on your chest. First and foremost, I just want to say congratulations. You deserve it. Let's talk about your decision to go on to the next level.
Winning state championships, obviously, is a good thing. Yeah, to get you to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
And so, I never forget talking to Dara Asbury, football coach at Southern Lab. He coached at the collegiate level before you go to high school.
Yes.
And, you mentioned it, like, Coach, not going to have any longer, much longer. I'm like, I only want one. All right, and here comes two.
Yeah.
And he was like, Coach, he's always going to start coming. I'm just like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so then they started coming.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, turn them down, not now. And Graham came along and talked to Courtney about it. And just the right time. It wasn't the right time at that time.
Yeah.
Turned it down, and then she came back a lot.
Yeah.
So then it's like, God, you trying to say something,
Yeah.
trying to say something, and you see the program that you have, and something like that. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait 1 more year.
Yeah.
Or wait 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I keep waiting, to keep winning, just like, or wait, that's just like shade. Everybody thought I was leaving out the shade.
Yeah.
It's like, when Shade leave, then it's like, when Asian leave.
Right.
Then it's like, when JC and Corey leave.
Yeah.
So you go down the line, because we're pretty stacked, so I'm like,
Y'all are stacked.
I'm gonna be there for a while.
Right.
So it's like, everybody talk about the window.
Yeah.
There's this opportunity that you have, and you hide, go while you're hot, that kind of thing and whatnot. So, and just having this conversation with a co-worker spirit, Tamika Johnson, or the same thing, talking to her, because she, Western Kentucky, and talking to her, and she couldn't believe I was gonna go either. So it was just ongoing conversation about it. So I'm asking bits and pieces how it is at the collegiate level, what it's like, and you got different comments and all that kind of stuff. So I've already kind of started on my homework.
Yeah.
But to actually make the decision and say, okay, you gonna do this?
Yeah.
And go with it. It was bittersweet. It was tough, but I feel like it's the time.
So what was the driving point? Like, what was that one thing that said, okay, I gotta do it now?
Them kids, them kids get on my nerves. They drove away from something else. That's the first thing people were saying.
Yeah.
Well, them kids, coach, coaching girls, high school girls basketball, but no.
Yeah.
It was just that time, I felt it, you pray about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been something that's been obviously laying in the air for a while, turned down a few offers. So it was just like, all right, if an offer comes and I'm interested, instead of just, finding ways to say why I'm not interested. Like, I don't find anything just to say, well, it's not the right time. See, the sky is not doing that,
Right.
Trying to find any little thing not to saying that. But I think God kind of gave me a little nudge and was like, hey, maybe it's time to step out on that.
Yeah.
So of course, you're scared, you're nervous. It's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So nervousness and just being scared, just like, what? And that competitive side of me, so you got the scared competitive side. So going back and forth, like, I know you're not going to, pump out like that. So, but, I think it's time.
Okay. And what are you looking forward to the most on coaching on the next level?
Just being, going back to LSU, just being in that atmosphere. So we talk about me being in high school winning state championship, then you talk about me being in LSU going to 4 Final Four appearances. So just being back. So when I look at it, now that you mentioned it, it was like history repeats itself. I'm reliving things over.
Right.
Just at the coaching side of it.
Right.
And so just get back at that college feel. I was just having a conversation like, man, as I'm watching the Final Four, I miss going to the Final Four. Like, that experience is like no other.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't win.
Yeah.
But
just being there
was amazing. And each year it just got better.
Yeah.
And so just again, getting back to that field, you talk about feeling the history and the legacy and all that kind of stuff of where we've been and where I've gone, just like, okay, I've done the high school level, one as a coach, now that's next. So let's see if I can get there and, help Coach Simmons, who we should say, championship talk, that's it.
And speaking of Coach Simmons, Courtney, what is it gonna be like coaching alongside your friend, your former teammate? I mean, that energy has to be epic. I mean, I've watched her coach on the next level, and I see her on the sideline, and I see you on the sideline, and it's like, wait, both of y'all gonna be on the same sideline? Like,
talk about energy. Like,
yes.
Even we have conversations now, like, you talk about winning, like she said, it's different conversation. Like, it's different. And I remember playing with her, and it was just, she would never let me be less than, what I'm saying, what I'm supposed to be. Like, I remember, I tell the story all the time now. I remember her, like, pulling me together, like, hey, play this cattle. Right. First time in Simone.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, you're not supposed to shoot the ball. Like, you know, I went ball every bit of like 19th grade, you know what I'm saying, this time. So, just, matching her energy. And she always brought it.
Yeah.
And we always talk notes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited because I know she's there as a player. She's going to be there as a coach. And so that's what these kids need nowadays. They want to be able to see the coach getting all, excited.
Yeah.
Too, I'm like those, hey, I won.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
I'm looking at it. I need the mic. I should have been writing you up.
Exactly.
I'm looking over there. I'm like, oh, she is cutting up.
And the kids bring it out of you.
Yeah.
And I told them, so I'm gonna y'all match my energy, match yours too.
Yeah.
So we have to help each other out. We trying to win,
Right.
So I'm definitely excited. I think the state ready for us to link up again. I'm ready for us to link up again and win it. We won it together too. She tore ACL junior.
Yeah, she did.
But we ended up winning one together. So I'm excited to get back on the field.
Man, that's gonna be epic. Like, you gotta make sure I get some tickets to those games. Like, come on, like I gotta make them juice. What a color. I represent.
Well, where's color color?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I got the black and gold. I got the black.
You put that on. I know you're there for us.
Yes, man. I mean, I can't wait. I know that. I mean, like you said, you are a competitor. You've been like that. Been like that. Since been like
hate to lose.
You
can't play pity patty.
That's what I'm saying. But so I know there's gonna be something to see. So once you get to Grambling, you're on alongside Coach Simmons. What do you hope to achieve?
Everybody wants to win, but everybody wins for different. And we had this conversation too. Winning and not just championships. Of course, that's like the end goal.
Right.
But I want to win every day. That's in practice.
Yeah.
That's it. We out recruiting, trying to get the best player. I want to win at that.
Yeah.
Talking the competitive side. I want to make sure we have a good day as a team. I want to make sure that if she has to be running across campus and get something, I want to win at that.
Yeah.
That's just, just being good today, being good at that moment. And that leads to the small things, that leads to the championship.
Right.
So if we can do those things each day, then the championship can be closer and closer and closer.
Absolutely.
Chipping away at it every day.
Absolutely. What are you going to miss the most from your alma mater, the legacy that you cemented at Southern Lab? What are you going to miss the most?
I was asked that question earlier, and I think I want to say the support, but I think people still going to support, whether or not they have a G on the chest.
They'll support.
They'll support, but man, I'm gonna talk about my village.
Yeah.
Here at Southern Lab, like you just said, me coming in and being able to do all this, but I couldn't have done this without the village. Because my administrators, the teachers, obviously, the Kid Nation, just the fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So kids believe, they believe.
Yeah.
Just, watching it. You came to when we played Zachary.
Yeah.
And then, those 4 games, those tough games, Zachary, Madison Grill, Woodlawn.
And those are epic games, yeah.
And to look up in the stands and see all those people, I'm like, getting back to where
Yeah.
So just see everybody come watch some good basketball.
Yeah.
That right there, that environment was epic and it was dope.
Right.
And so I'm going to miss that piece.
Yeah.
Like I said, just getting those people back in the Kid Nation, just the village. So I'm going to miss that part. Like I said, I know they're going to, still follow along, but just being in that, but I guess it's time to take a little step up.
I mean, you set the tone. I mean, you came, you saw, you conquered. You came, you saw. Literally. And you have, like I'm speechless. Like I said, like the accolades, I can stack them. So, I want to know, have you announced a successor?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But we opened it up, obviously. And we did some interviews this past week or so. I think we got another group interview. So probably maybe like at the end of June, first week of July.
Okay.
We'll be able to announce what's next. But I say everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting to hear who's next.
We are.
And everyone's like, they have some big shoes to fill. No, don't look at it like that. They just have to the shoe, they foot need to fit the shoe.
That part.
Now, if that happens, then we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, whoever that may be. And like I said, the staff that I have now, Coach Stanley, of course, you know, he's a, you know, next spouse for that position as well. But we just open it up and give it, you know, everybody a chance. And of course, you know, everybody know we sit on gold mine. So,
Yes, indeed.
you know, everybody wants to come on people I never heard of.
Yeah.
They'll come out the woodworks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, but we're interviewing and you should have an answer for the person who's like.
So, next question. Would you like another former kitten to take that spot? Or just someone, you know, I keep my ear to the ground.
To the streets.
I keep my ear to the streets.
You listen to the streets.
I do. So, you know, I'm just.
Well, you know, some along, we have a lot of people that came in sometimes. So
Right.
that, you know, under Coach Hawkins was them, was under Coach Hawkins. So, you know, Coach Hawkins was one of his coaches, you know, in the state. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, so you know, he knows he didn't want to say championship. So then you have let's say probably for my teammates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That play with me who want to know. So, you know,
Yeah.
we have this history. So
Therefore.
we got some winning people in
Right,
there.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
get it twisted now.
Oh, I know.
We got some people that
I got somebody in mind too. But
we got some people
you know.
that's in the mix. So, but we're gonna figure it out.
yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Well, Coach Q, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank
Once again on your next chapter. I know your journey is going to be fulfilling. We're all going to stay tuned. We're all going to come to the games, you know, here and there when we can, even though y'all all the way in North Louisiana. But, you know.
But there's gonna be a basketball Bible class right here.
Oh, really?
You know something around?
Oh, yeah, right. You're right.
That's the basketball Bible.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You know, so-
I'll be at that one.
Yes,
I'll
so
definitely be at
I'm
that
hoping
one.
to see a lot, you know, a lot of people. If you true to the blue, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. You know, just make sure you wear, you know, something that I know you're there for me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So we'll see.
Yes. Well, like I said, again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking your time out and joining me today. And yeah, it's always been
You know,
love.
you do your thing with Black.
Thank you,
I like
thank
what
you.
you're doing.
Thank you. And you guys, that's it for this segment. You have been live with Alley Stackz, Coach Q, BlackHouse Sports. Stay tuned.